purposes and other copyright material for the purposes of criticism. This video follows fair use laws. This video may contain spoilers, graphic content, and or strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Blah.
If you were to think back in 2009 of the top grossing movies of all time, movies like Titanic, Gone with the Wind, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Vin Diesel's XXX, considering how flooded it is in the used stores, would have probably have come to mind. But what if a new movie from a guy who made Piranha 2: The Spawning and an episode of Dark Angel and nothing else impressive to his name whatsoever, was releasing a science fiction fantasy about a group of furries getting lost into their VR headsets, would have taken the world by storm. Released on December 18th, 2009, opening to over 77 million in the North American markets, and really from there, sky's the limit. No, really, this movie literally never stopped making money. Like, for a moment, Avengers Endgame was like, it's my time to shine, and Avatar's like, nah, I'm getting a second run before my sequel. It's crazy because, like, when you hear people talk about their favorite fandoms, this isn't the Avatar series I normally hear about. It's not that one either. Like, sure, yeah, I remember a lot of people talking about the movie when it was in theaters. I was in the 9th grade at the time, and pretty much everyone in my class had seen it. I went to theaters 3 times to see this. Once because I wanted to see the movie, once to see it in 3D, and one more time because I was basically dragged by a friend. Honestly, with that third viewing, I was blue dabba deba dead, and I really had no more interest in it. I remember when the film came out on DVD, and whenever we got to watch a movie in class, everybody wanted to watch it. But literally like a year later, I never heard anyone else like ever talk about this film, and it's remained that way only to be brought up in the top grossing movies of all time conversations. I'm sure being the 3D trendsetter helped inflate its box office earnings. After all, literally every film tried to copy it from there on out. It was a huge advancement in terms of what CG technology could do, considering most of the film is CG rendered. But I just think of things like Star Wars, Harry Potter, the real Avatar, and how much that fandom keeps talking about the worlds they love so much, and I just never hear anybody talk about this movie in that light. Of course, being the biggest movie of all time, you would also come with video games across all platforms of the time. I actually borrowed the PSP copy from a friend and apparently still have it. Hey buddy, I got your game. Deliver $30,000 to my front door. The game get. I remember the game actually being somewhat surprisingly fun, although I'm not sure if I ever beat it though. It earned some pretty mixed reviews on Metacritic, but considering that it's a licensed game, it might as well be certified fresh with those ratings. It's worth the same amount. So I figure with the sequel right around the corner and some derivative content, it might as well be a good enough time to revisit James Cameron's Avatar and its video game counterpart, James Cameron's Avatar on the PS3. It's been years since I've watched Avatar, and honestly I put off buying the film forever because it's honestly one I've never really been super interested in jumping back into. I ended up grabbing this copy at a flea market for $1, but there's literally no special features on this thing, it's only the movie. So eventually I'll probably upgrade to something with some decent special features because I could imagine there being some really cool behind the scenes for this film. The film opens up on the wilds of Pandora with some epic tribal drumming and Jake narrating some exposition. Honestly, just get used to almost all the dialogue in the film being exposition because there's a ton they try to cram into this almost 3-hour runtime. Jake talks about being able to fly and be free in his dreams, but sooner or later you always have to wake up. This opening line sets up the stage for the whole story. Jake wakes up from cryo after being asleep for 6 years in a space shuttle when he talks about his brother Tommy, who is a scientist who ended up dead. While Tommy was the scientist, Jake was a marine grunt who was taking Tommy's contract over because they're twins and they share enough DNA for Jake to pilot his brother's avatar. Landing down, you can see how humans have already started the destruction of Pandora for its resources. This whole film can echo colonization and deforestation pretty hard. We also learn that the air on Pandora isn't breathable for humans, so it's like other parts of the world right now. I love how almost prison-like the headquarters looks like with its barbed wire and stuff. We learn that Jake is a paraplegic. They actually do a pretty good job with Jake's legs throughout the film, but there is some inconsistencies in their size, but it's never really like super noticeable. We are then introduced into Stephen Lang's character. He's the bad guy, right? Like he's always the bad guy. He spews about how... What's up? Welcome back to some more Magic the Gathering. It's been a hot second since I played Magic channel. I've just been super busy, and when I've had time to do it, I've just to play other games pretty much when I had time to like sit down and play games. So yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Gathering, some more Pauper. We're gonna play some TOREX today. One of my favorite decks in Pauper, and I thought if we're gonna come back to it, let's come back to a classic. So yeah, if you want to check out the deck list, there's a link in the description. But outside of that, let's run through this deck real quick and then get into some games. This is the same list I ran last time. I've been out of the Pauper loop for a little while, so I wasn't entirely like super duper sure what was being played and what's in the meta and whatnot, and it doesn't seem like much has changed. So I thought we'll just run this as is and see what happens. We're not running it through a league, we're just playing some T, playing a little bit of some toilet paper. So let's talk about what this deck is. In our lands, we have 2 forests, 9 swamps for 11 basic lands. We have 3 Witherbloom campuses, which is the enters in the tap green black land that try 1, and 4 jungle hollows that enters the battlefield, you gain life. I did see there's some kind of land. Let me pull this up. Not gonna be able to find it now. But anyway, there's a land that actually seemed kind of interesting. I might end up trying it out, not today. Someday in the future. That was. So this was a list that I found, and it was Tokaska's dig site. So basically, it taps for colorless, but you can tap 3 in it, so 4 lands in total, and surveil 1. I thought that might be an interesting inclusion, but I'm not entirely sure. If you've got an opinion on it, let me know. But anyway, so that's that land. Jungle Hollow enters tapped, and then we have 4 Riveteer's Outlook, which is enters battlefield, sacrifice it, search your library for a basic swamp, mountain, or forest, put it on the battlefield, tapped, and then gain a life. So, I mean, if we put it in here, we'd probably just trim out maybe like just 1 Witherbloom campus or something. I don't know. Because we want our basic swamps for Tribe Elder, so it's really kind of hard to be like, yeah, we can make room for. I guess you could go down Riveteer's Outlook. Maybe. But anyway, that's our mana base. The main card of the deck is Tortured Existence. If you don't know what Tortured Existence is, it is awesome. It is a 1-drop enchantment that you spend 1 black source, discard a creature card, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So we're going to be playing with the Dredge mechanic, which is probably my favorite mechanic ever made in the game that nobody else seems to like, but it's awesome. Just let me cheat, okay? So we're going to use Tortured Existence. We're going to get Tortured Existence out in the field, and then we're going to dredge through our deck and then use all of our toolbox critters to try to win the War of Attrition and then beat down with our big boys later on. So we do have some other cards to kind of build up the resiliency of Tortured Existence, like Urborg Repossession, which is a 1-drop sorcery, but you can kick it for a green and a colorless to return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. You gain 2 life. If this spell is kicked, return another target permanent card from your graveyard to hand. So it has a pseudo built-in Tortured Existence effect, but then if we kick it, we can also pick up Tortured Existence. So, and a land if need be. So that is worth noting. We also have 4 Commune with the Gods to help dig for Tortured Existence. This deck doesn't run super well without Tortured, but it is a little bit better now, and I'll explain later. But Commune with the Gods is a 2-drop sorcery. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or enchantment card from among them into your hand, put the rest in the graveyard. 4 Soccer Tribe Elders, getting into our toolbox creatures now. Soccer Tribe Elder is amazing. It is a sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land card, put that on the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle. It's ramping our mana to get all of our swamps so we can activate Tortured Existence multiple times a turn. And then on top of that, it also just acts as a blocker, and you can just rinse and repeat with Tortured Existence until you thin out most of your lands out of your deck. 4 Seder Wayfinders, enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into your hand, put the rest in the graveyard. So throwing our creatures into our graveyard, hopefully getting our land so we can activate Tortured multiple times. Eerie Soul Tender, which is a card that I've really grown to love in this deck, is a 3-drop that when it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards, and then it has tap 5, exile Eerie Soul Tender from the graveyard, return another target creature card from your hand to the graveyard. So it has a built-in Tortured Existence effect, basically. But also, it enters battlefield, you mill. So you can start your engine off with Eerie Soul Tender. and that's pretty awesome. Stinkweed Imp and Golgari Brownscale are our Dredge creatures. Stinkweed Imp is a 1/2 flyer with Death Touch, but it also has Dredge 5. So anytime you dredge it, which dredging is anytime you would draw a card, instead of drawing, you mill the top X amount of cards. That's the dredge cost. So for an example, Stinkweed Imp would be 5. You mill 5 cards into your graveyard, and then you pick Stinkweed Imp up from your graveyard and put it into your hand instead of drawing. So the idea is, because we're playing Tortured Existence, we can pick up our creatures out of our graveyard. We use Stinkweed Imp and Brownscale to basically turbo draw our deck out into our graveyard and then find the pieces we need. We have three Golgari Brownscales. This is a 3-drop 2/3, which is kind of relevant. When it is put into your hand from your graveyard, you gain 2 life. It is Dredge 2. So you can just recycle this with Tortured Existence. Every time you pick up Golgari Brownscale from Tortured Existence, you gain 2 life. You can pick up Brownscale with Tortured Existence, discard it with Tortured Existence, pick something else up, and then just rinse and repeat, and you can just gain a ton of life. For burn to beat this deck, we have to draw really bad. Excuse me. And they have to be like a super hot hand. This deck is pretty good against burn, I feel like. Then for our win cons, we have 4 Kitchen Imps, which is a madness cost of 1 flying haste creature. So with Tortured Existence, you can discard it with Tortured Existence, play it for 1, and then still pick up a creature. So pretty strong interaction there. And then because our graveyards are going to be full of stuff where we're dredging, we have Gurmag Angler, a 5-drop delve. I feel like everybody knows what this card does. Basically, it costs 1. And then Withering Necromass, which is a 5/5 Death Toucher that costs 1 less for each creature card in your graveyard. So basically, it is a 5/5 with Death Touch that we can play for 1 most of the time. So pretty good. Sideboard-wise, let me try to move it out away from the chat box. We got Trip Rats to wipe the board, Fairy Macabre to discard cards out of hands, 3 Caustic Caterpillars to destroy target artifacts or enchantments, 2 Scattershot Archers to deal with fairies. We have 3 Spore Frogs. I don't know how relevant Spore Frogs is right now. I don't know how good Hot Dog still is, but it's there. We have 2 Tamios Safekeepings. Target permanent you control gains hexproof. So if we see like they have a lot of artifact removal or just a lot of removal in general, pretty good card to bring in. Also, pretty good against burn because you gain 2 life. But at this point, Gnaw to the Bone, you gain 2 life for each creature card in your graveyard, and it has flashback, and then an extra brown scale for the burn matchups where you want life. That's the deck. Play some games. Get into some games here. Not playing mono green. TOREX, big boys, and now we play the waiting game. Oh, what's up? It's been a while since I played Magic. How's it going? I want to get back into doing Magic at least once a week. I want to do this. Trying to see. Maybe. How's the screen look? Someone let me know. As for this opening hand, we can keep it. It's not like my favorite thing, but we can like do stuff, so I'm gonna keep. We have Tortured Existence. That's the main piece of importance here is Tortured. So if we have Tortured, theory, we should be okay. You too, Garfield, wishing Good luck, have fun. Always nice people like that. I think we're just gonna lead probably on River Tier's outlook here. Go get a forest. Don't really have a play 2, so other than just Tortured Existence. We don't really have a good play 2 anyway, other than Sakura Tribe Elder or State of Wayfinder. So I feel like if we just go search up our forest here, that's probably just going to be good enough for us. Plus, we might be able to get to a couple forests to play brown scale. Gross Forest Bridge can be anything. Okay, it's artifacts. I was like, but I'm going to assume it's Affinity of some kind of artifact Affinity deck. Chromatic Star confirms. Here, puppy. Eerie Soul Tender is going to be a good turn 3. So let's throw down Tortured Existence. Boogie on. Throw down the good old TOREX here. Yeah, turn 2 Frogmine's pretty good. Another Eerie Soul Tender, though. Let's go. Throw out our graveyard here so we can actually use our graveyard as a hand. Hopefully we hit a Dredger. No Dredger. Kinda suck. Kinda not good. But we did get a creature. So next turn we can start dumping brown scale into the graveyard. Actually, I'm going to do that on the up. I want to set a stop on my upkeep because we're going to ditch brown scale, put ground scale in the graveyard, and then dredge brown scale. Reckoner's Bargain away. The Chromatic Star allows them to draw a card and gain a life. Yeah, I think like if we ditch brown scale, pick up Satyr Wayfinder, but then we also have Satyr Wayfinder we can use to hopefully mill through some stuff. So I feel like that's probably going to be good-ish. Hopefully, maybe. If they attack with Frogmite, I'm just going to chump. There's no reason to not trade off here. And if they want to use a kill spell for Eerie Soul, okay, they don't even want to. Fine. Again, yep, let's ditch Satyr Wayfinder. I mean, ditch brown scale, pick up Satyr Wayfinder. Go into our draw, pick up brown scale. Brown scale mills over Tribe Elder. The problem is if we go to pick up Tribe Elder, we don't have another land to play it. So if we play Satyr Wayfinder, we have a chance to grab a land here. And I think let's just attack first. I think we just attack, then play Satyr Wayfinder, and hopefully grab another. It doesn't have to be a basic land. It's just a land card. So we can grab another land. We have a good chance of, like, snagging something here. And we're going to hit him for 3. Satyr Wayfinder. It is also worth mentioning we have the Urborg Repossession. Okay, cool. It is also worth mentioning that we have Urborg Repossession to pick up another Tortured Existence if they do have something main deck to pop this Tortured Existence. We're also getting a position where we can just start casting Kitchen Imps, which is going to be really strong for us. Actually, next turn we can cast Kitchen Imp and pick up the Sakura Tribe Elder, which actually feels super good. So I think we might just do that. Here comes Mirror Enforcer. Sure. Don't have a good way to deal with Mirror Enforcers right now. But it is worth noting, most of the time, I'm just going to chump. Most of the time, a 5/5 is really hard for Affinity to deal with. Yeah, not gonna pick anything up here. Just gonna do this brown scale. Brown scale hits another Tribe Elder. And then I think we just Let's pick up a Tribe Elder here. Ditch Kitchen Imp. Always yield Kitchen Imp's ability. Cast the Imp. Pick up Tribe Elder. Get in for 2 in the air. There is an argument for playing the other Kitchen Imp to be aggressive, but I feel like it's going to be... They're going to kill it anyway. I feel like it's going to be better to actually play this Tribe Elder and chump block with it and start building up our mana base. Feel like that's the better route here. Playing for blue-black. Deadly Dispute. Like I said, we also have Urborg Repossession. Pretty good. We need to find, though, like, one of our big dudes. Like, we need to find a Necromass or something along those lines. Sure, Cart Clan Shaman is annoying. That's for sure. I'm just going to go ahead and sacrifice it now. Womp. It is also worth mentioning that Kitchen Imp Madness is instant speed. So in theory, we could like just jump them. You know? Worth noting. Yeah, I want to put Brown Scale in the graveyard, so I'm gonna pick up the other Tribe Elder here. Again, just trying to grab that mana base. Nothing super great there. I'm going to play the Tribe Elder. Pick up Kitchen Imp. Discarding a Kitchen Imp. And see if we can't get in with Kitchen. I mean, once we get a lot of mana, we can gain like a bajillion life a turn. So... You know, that's like the thing is like the Brown Scale loop. Basically like 1, 2, we can gain like 6 life a turn. So it's also worth noting if you're playing this deck how many lands you have in your graveyard that are basics with Tribe Elder. So right now we have 5 forest, swamps out of our deck, so we have 4 left, 1 forest left. It's something worth noting, so that way when you go to sacrifice Tribe Elder, you can actually pick something. Also, the draw power of Affinity is kind of crazy, because think about how many times we've dredged and they're like right up with us on how many cards they are in their deck. Yep. Block here. Sacrifice it. Grab another swamp. Another frog mine for free. Sure. 2 frog mines for free. You're getting froggy here. And a mirror forcer. Easy Pete's. All the infinity creatures. Infinity? Let's pick you up. I will say this deck is kind of a long deck to play, especially in Magicom. Dredge. There's one. There's a Necromass. So, pick Necromass up by ditching a Kitchen Imp. Past the Kitchen Imp. Okay. Now there's an argument for playing Necromass, like, and picking up Kitchen Imp and trying to play Kitchen Imp, but I don't other kitchen imp, but I think we just go on the attack here with these 2 kitchen imps. And then maybe we shouldn't attack. Maybe that's a little bit greedy. 1, 2. Okay, so we only have 4 in the graveyard for Withering Necromass currently. Kind of sucks. But we can still play it. But I kind of like playing Tribelder here. Right, hold on. Let me see here. 4, 8, 10, 14. Depending on how many Gal Blasts they have in hand. My problem is we play Necromass and they kill it. Kind of SOL, right? But if we play Tribelder, we can get another land. But we don't have another brown scale in the graveyard currently. Or we can just keep it up and loot brown scale to gain a couple life. I feel like our best bet is actually probably just do the brown scale thing. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. There's an argument for throwing down Necromass, but something like they have another cast down. I'll probably start looping the brown scale in response to them attacking. That way they can't get us on the stack with Gal Blast. Let's dunk you in. Pick up that kitchen imp. There's actually an argument for playing that kitchen imp because we can take out one of their frog mites, and I think it's a good enough argument. We can't do it though because we're out of black sources. Dang it. All right, well, we'll just do what we originally was. This little whopperoo. I mean, if they have like triple Gal Blast or something, they got us. They have triple burn spell here. They got us. Upkeep, I have no reason to put brown scale in right now. Pick this brown scale up. Wow, we did not find much. We have not found very much. Yeah, that kind of is stinky. Good lead on Siri, on Eerie Soul Tender here. Try to mill something over. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, you're going to counter it, really? Metallic Rebuke. Do we want to pay 3 for it? I don't think. One, 2, 3. Still, 4 creatures. We have like not milled over hardly any creatures. Has been super unlucky. Like the question is like, now what do we want to do? That's the hard part here. Did flash in another kitchen imp. That's what I'm gonna do. Maybe just throwing down Necromass was probably the way to go, but we have not had super lucky dredges. They probably get some good graveyard hate against us too. Galblast, one of our dudes. Data Wayfind. Galblast not going to face is actually pretty good. I feel like. Wellspring. This has not been going super well for us. We're in a bad spot. We need a spot where we can dump like 3 withering necromasses a turn. That's pretty good. Don't have a good way to deal with their flying land, other than Kitchen Imp. That kind of sucks. What way do we block that we live? 3, 6, 3, 5, 7. We have to block the 2 big boys. Even then, we probably just died a burn spell. Go to 2. You're a 1-drop finally. Play Satyr Wayfinder. See if we can't hit Inkweed Imp. We just dredge 1. Okay, so we have 3. We can gain 6 life next. Not gonna be enough. We're dead. Alright. On to sideboarding. Fairy Macabre is probably pretty good. Crypt Rats, I don't know if I like that much here. Caustic Caterpillar is a absolutely. Cameo's safekeeping is debatable. I think they're going to attack our graveyard more than our. I think they're attacking the graveyard more than they are the torch, more than likely. But could blink some of their removal. Caustic Caterpillar, though. Caustic Caterpillars. I feel like the other brown scale is probably pretty good. And then the hard part comes down to, like, what do we take out of our deck? Oh, I guess Macabre is exile cards from graveyard. I said earlier discards cards. I'm wrong. I always get this card confused, like ability. So we can cut out. Cut out 8 Eerie Soul Tender. Let's cut out a 1 Kitchen Imp. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move. And 2 Satyr Wayfinder. Try like that. Don't know how I feel about it, but that's what we're doing. I would like to go first. Got cards. Keep. Just going to lead on River Tears Overlook. I guess I don't have to. I guess I could just lead on Tortured Existence and to Sakura Tribe Elder. Feels okay, I guess. Don't really have the best protection against something like Relic. Top off. Okay, I was like, don't play Relic turn 1. Don't be that person. Stinky's a good card. All here. I think we just lead on, not lead on. I think we just play Sucker to Tri-Builder. Not pass turn. Yeah, don't yield through most of your turns with this deck. It's not the best of ideas. Well, there's Spell Bomb. So that's pretty annoying. We can get him to try to trigger it, though, right here. My guess is they're looking like Frog. I don't know. I can't play it, so. I think we just search for the land here. And then try to get them to pop off Spell Bomb by trying to pick up Sakura Tri-Builder. With Stinkweed Imp. We're going to use Stinkweed Imp as a... as hopefully a trigger card. And then hopefully they don't get to draw anything off of it because they don't have Black Source. I think he's debating it. I think they're debating it. Yes. Cool. They don't get to draw anything off of it. We don't really lose a whole lot here other than a mana, but we're just going to commune with the gods and have another one. Not even going to commune with the gods, I don't think. I think we're just going to play the Tri-Builder here. Play the Tri-Builder and pass on. Problem is, we go to game 3, we're probably going to run out of time. Try to start off auto yields. Stupid. Upkeep. And we get a brown scale. Nice. Start attacking here. Tri-Builder. Alright, we're doing our thing. Our opponent's getting hurt on not having colored land, so I'm just going to be happy about that for a second. Another Spell Bomb. I mean, we're gonna do the same thing we did last time and just hope they go for it, because we do have Commune with the Gods to hopefully dump cards. I'm kind of obnoxious. Well, let's see if they do it again. They let it go. I am gonna dredge this, actually. Now we can actually activate in response to pick up Gurmag, so that's pretty good for us. We just wait for them to activate Spell Bomb, make sure we have at least one card in hand. That's all that matters. I'll throw down Tri-Builder again. And like I said, we just wait for them to activate Spell Bomb. Pick up Gurdaddy out of the graveyard. We have enough lands. 1, 5, 6, 7. We'll have enough lands to play Gurmag Angler. They get their colored land finally. They're going to go attacking for 4. They're going to chump and sack. Grab our land here. We don't want to do the brown scale activation until they do Naya Spellbomb, because we don't have enough lands. I mean, not enough creatures. Try to get Gurmag off of the stack. Now we do. So that's pretty good. Stack with Kitchen Imp. Man, it is middle March and it's snow. Hit him for 2. I'm just going to play brown scale here. Not brown scale. Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed Imp would be a great blocker for Mirror Enforcer. And also feels like a graveyard hit that would be worth Spellbomb for. I guess they were probably waiting to activate a Spellbomb with Drawsforge, so there might have been an argument to try to make them like activate it beforehand. Try to give them the old Dunkaroo here. Old slip, I mean. Being like, you don't... Dead. Sure. Again, we're just waiting for them to activate that Spellbomb. Again, Stinkweed Imp is hurt, I think, them a little bit more. Hopefully, I don't know. They could have a potential to kill it, which would be noxious. Thought casting. I feel like our opponent's getting hurt on like lane. Find a Misvolt Bridge. These games go long. Buckle in. No attack with the Mirror Enforcer. A lot of people don't realize Stinkweed Imp is Death Touch because of how it's worded. I don't know if it was worded before Death Touch was a keyword or not, but yeah, a lot of people forget that just because of how it's worded. I'm pretty sure the newer versions have Death Touch written on them. But I like the art of this version better than the other one. That's pretty good. Alright, let's go for it. Kitchen Imp does not enter the graveyard. It's worth noting. It goes into exile, so they can't Spellbomb away the Kitchen Imp. Now the question is whether or not they're going to want to try to gate this Gurmag pickup. See what they do. They do. Awesome. We're going to grab Gurmag still. We get rid of their Spellbomb. They don't get to draw off their Spellbomb. And now we attack for 4 in the air, leave back our Death Toucher, and then we can commune with the gods here. To dump cards into our graveyard. Hopefully find a relevant creature. Oh, I think we grabbed Brown Scale. Alright, let's not get your third Spellbomb here. You know what I mean? If they get another Spellbomb when it goes on the stack, we can just grab this other Gurmag. I think just dumping 2 5/5s in a row is going to be really good, like, against them. The problem is, if we go to game 3, like I said, we're going to have to play in turbo mode. This deck would be so much faster to play in person. There's just so many clicking steps to play through on Magic Online. Especially because, like, you got to, like, actually submit that this is the mana I want to use, and, you know, and stuff like that. So, it's a lot. It takes a lot. The Artificer. Sure. Put on the indestructible land. Sure. Whatever. Annoying, but they are going to attack us in the air for 3. Seems awful greedy, honestly. Let's cycle. I guess we don't need to cycle Brown Scale anymore. Let's just upkeep. Upkeep, let's call for it. Eerie Sultan, interesting. You really like Eerie. Let's pick up Eerie Soul Tender. Up in the brown scale. Play the Eerie Soul Tender. Hope we mill over some good stuff here. Well, Withering Necromass. 1, 5, 6. Okay. So we can play Withering Necromass by dumping one of the Gurmags for free. And then, we see. 5. Let's just play the Gurmag Angler. Go on turbo mode here to speed up our clock a little bit. I'm going to get rid of the other Gurmag and leave in Eerie Soul Tender and one of the Sucker Tri-Builders. Now we can just attack for 1 here with Snake. Hold it back. We have a pretty impressive board state now. We're empty-handed though, but we did leave a brown scale in the graveyard. There is that. We have technically kind of lethal in the air. I mean, they can block one of them. Don't have lethal, but we have current lethal on board, so they need something like what's his face, Cart Clan Shaman would be a good out for them here. Kind of. No, Cart Clan Shaman wouldn't do it because of Gurmag Angler and Necromass. They would need like another Mirror Enforcer and Cart Clan. I mean, Cast Down's pretty good, but oh, and they have the Cart Clan Shaman on top of it. Well, I guess that's got Indestructible then, right? But Kitchen Imp, we pick up Brown Scale. Kitchen Imp has Madness Haste, so we can just play it next turn and go. I'm not sure if that's the card I would have cast down with Kitchen Imp. I think one of these big boys would be better, but I'm not a pro Magic player, so I can't say. Technically, I've been paid to play Magic. Technically, on a very like loose terms definition. So, what's define profession? What do they do there? What was that? Reckoner's Bargain to gain a life. Relating or belonging to a profession. Okay, define profession. They're doing the Cart Clan Shaman. They're going to try to nuke the whole board. Awesome. Fine with this. A paid occupation, especially one that involves prolonged training and formal qualification. Pretty loose. Pretty loose. Loose term. That's right. It doesn't hit anything with flying. Oh, that's awesome. Upkeep. Brown scale. The problem is with brown scale currently is the fact that I don't have another creature in hand right now, but we can Eerie Soul Tender. So we're going to do that. 1, 5. Because Eerie Soul Tender allows us to pick up another card out of the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could Necromass here, but I think I'm just going to attack. Let them chump against the Kitchen Imp and then throw down Necromass for 1. And then that way I can Tortured Existence Brown Scale to pick up. I don't know what I'm going to pick up, honestly. Sure. You take the 1 and then a Necromass for 1. Probably Kitchen Imp would probably be the best card to pick up. We can recycle a couple Kitchen Imps next turn. The problem is I'm going to hopefully build my board a lot faster than they will. Hopefully. I can't imagine they get in with a 3/3 when I have as much as I do on board. But it's about to get a lot worse for them. Also, turn off auto yield. So I want to, on the end step, cycle this brown scale into the graveyard. Dump the brown scale, pick up the other Kitchen Imp. Dredge the brown scale here. Always yield. I don't know why it's not yielded to that. Kitchen imp. Kitchen imp. Play kitchen imp. I feel like we're going to game 3. Kitchen imp picking up. Picking up Withering Necromass. See, like, if you didn't have to click on all the individual mana and stuff to use, it'd be okay. Alright, attack with everybody. Take them down to 2. And then, how much would this cost to play? Sure. Throw out the other Necromass and pass. That Artificer card is really good. I don't think I have that in my Affinity. They scooped it. Let me look real quick. I don't have the Artificer in my... I'm on the Gixian Infiltrator build. Worth noting, I guess. Alright. Sideboard-wise, do we want anything different? I don't think so. That felt pretty good. I'm not seeing, like, Blood Fountains, so I'm not really too worried about bringing in Fairy Macabre. Rip Rats doesn't take care of as much as I would want it to. There's an argument for bringing back in the other Kitchen Imp. Kitchen Imp feels pretty strong against them. Enough to where I'm like, we could shave down. Sucker Tri-Boater is really good. We didn't even see a Caustic Caterpillar there. Probably go down one more Eerie Soldier. Don't know if this is correct. Correct move though, but we definitely played around those Nile spell bombs really well. I feel like. But I also feel like we are hurting on time and their deck's a lot faster to win ours. Not a bad hand. I'm going to keep. We have Jungle Hollow, Sakura Tri-Boater, Tortured Existence. That hand we want to keep any other time, so. I mean, it's obviously going to be a little weak to like a Nile Spellbomb, but Nile Spellbombs and stuff like that, like, I played a lot of Dredge in Modern, and like Spellbombs and Relics are much easier to play around than like Rest in Peace or Leyline of the Void. Not saying that I want to do it, because it still messes up your game plan and it's still tricky overall to like actually play around it and stuff. But it is easier, I guess, to play around than something that just straight up, demolishes your whole game plan and it's hard to get around. So there's the Spell Bomb, sure. Repossession, not the best. I'm just going to throw down the Tri-Boater and pass here. We're not going to activate it on our turn, but we're not passing priority on their turn. Down the Frogmite. Don't even know if it's actually worth Tri-Boatering here, but I feel like it is just because of what's in our hand. Run like Eerie Soul Tender out this turn. I'm going to run out Eerie Soul Tender here. Eerie Soul Tender trades off with Frogmite pretty well. We hit a Kitchen Imp. That's huge. That's a huge hit. Our opponent's kind of flooded considering they mulliganed to 4. I'm fine with doing a trade here if you want to trade, opponent. Do not want to trade. Coward. Kitchen Imp off the top is pretty exciting. Oh, that's Kitchen Imp in the graveyard. Okay. Well, let's play Tortured Existence here. Let's play the Kitchen Imp. Kitchen Imp goes into exile so it doesn't disappear. And then this will determine whether or not they're going to pop this spell bomb. They didn't. That is super interesting. Okay. I thought for sure they would. There's an argument for just attacking with Goaltender to just ramp up the aggression here, and I think it's fairly okay argument here. Again, now we're sitting in the driver's seat where if they want to pop Spell Bomb, that's okay. Oh, they're just going to Deadly Dispute it? Sure, whatever. Like I said, if they want to go off on the Spell Bomb, we can now react to it. Especially when we untap, we have a lot more reaction here. And they just scoop it. Hey, that's the way to do it. Well, I mean, they did mulligan to 4, so it's not like it's a real match, right? It's not like a real game. But we got there. Pretty cool. I would never take this, I think, through a league until I got a lot faster with, like, the clicks. I'm going to keep, not in love with this, but we do have Repossession, so if we do draw a Tortured Existence, I'm going to feel a little bit better about our life. We do have a Sucker Tri-Boater, so... I feel like if you play Jungle Hollow, it just gives away exactly what you're playing. Also, my desktop audio might be a little loud, so let me apologize and turn that down a little bit. Cabaret Courtyard. Not sure what version this is going to be. I've seen this used in a lot of different decks. That doesn't narrow down anything either. Swamp. Throw out Tri-Boater here. Pass. Probably not going to activate Tri-Boater until we get a block out of it. I don't see a reason to. I mean, we could on, before our 4th turn, so we can play Kitchen Imp if we wanted to. Like, I'm not that super duper concerned with it. Alright, what flavor of green Cabaret Courtyard are you? Another Courtyard. Searching up here, opponent. They are getting a mountain. Some kind of red-green, probably. Oh, we're going to get in for 1. That's pretty good. I will say our hand kind of sucks. Our hand is not the best currently. We need a dredger, like, pretty bad. I am going to sack this Tri-Boater, though, next turn. Like, before our next turn. We can get a land, and then we can just Urborg Repossession it and pick it back up. To try to get to land so we can play Gurmag Angler, at least. There's some kind of Naya version. Not sure, other than Slivers, what's really running Naya colors currently. Okay. I don't even know if we want to play Urborg Repossession. I guess we can. Just run out Kitchen Imp. Back them with Kitchen Imp, and then we can play Repossession. Pick up the Tri-Builder, I suppose. Just so we can be somewhat efficient, I guess, with our mana. Try to get to that point to where we can just cast Gurmag Angler. We gain a couple life. Heal through turn, save our clock a little bit. Tron? What is this Naya Tron thing? What's this? Creature spells you cast mana cost 2 less. Do we have a way to kill that? Like, now? Let's throw down the other Tribe Elder and throw down Stinkweed Imp. That's kind of terrifying. Was not expecting to see Tron pop up in a Naya deck. Actually, no. Turn that off. Turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 3/3 golem creature tokens. Easy Pete. Okay. Pretty good. What is this hot spice? What is this hot spice? Not going to attack with the 2/2. I think I'm still going to Tribe Elder here. Now we can just play Gurmag on its own. Not have to worry about it. There's also an argument for just playing Kitchen, but trying to get some damage in the air. Just play Gurmag. Play Big Daddy Gurmatty. Attack with just Kitchen Imp. We'll leave back Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed Imp is how we get our engine hopefully online. And we have our other imps too. Did I say Kitchen or Stink? There's too many imps in our deck. But yeah, try to use Stinkweed Imp to try to get our graveyard going. Our opponent is in deep thought of what to do. I'm just going to yield through turn. We don't have anything to respond to. The more I play this deck, the more I'm like, I feel like our clock is probably kind of important for it. Now there's Urza's Mine, so they are kind of far away from their Tron Diddly on. So, commune with the gods. Okay. Do it. Come on, find me tortured. No tortured, but we have Eerie Soul Tender or Satyr Wayfinder. I'm gonna grab Satyr Wayfinder. Wayfinder, I think. There's an argument for playing Satyr Wayfinder here, but I think the better argument is to punch in some damage with Kitchen Imp, hopefully. Keyword there is hopefully. And we're only going to attack with the 2 Kitchen Imps. We're just going to leave Gurdaddy back as a pretty good blocker. I mean, we find Tortured Existence. I'll feel a lot better, but what do they got? Exile target creature control, return to the battlefield, and draw a card. Why don't you just play Ephemerate? Why are you playing that over Ephemerate? Play Ephemerate. Same thing. Because you get to draw a card off of it, maybe. Yeah, at this point, we're just trying to race them with the Kitchen Imps. Hopefully that's good enough. We could Eerie Soul Tender to pick up Kitchen Imp, which is worth noting, but we're not going to be able to play it next turn. Oh, they just have Ephemerate 2. If you've watched me play Magic ever, you'll probably know Ephemerate is my most tilting card ever printed, ever, in the face of Magic. I hate this card. I wish this card was banned. It should be banned. In all honesty, it really should be. Super obnoxious card. Now, maybe I'm just saying that because of my own personal vendetta, but ban it. That's all I'm saying. Crip Rats is 100% coming in. Crip Rats would be amazing right now. Although we never got our engine online, so our opponent probably, hopefully doesn't know exactly what we're up to. But they probably do. Probably have a good idea. There's not a lot of green-black decks floating around in Pauper for some reason. Yeah. I don't know if we can kill them in the air by the time it all happens. Maybe if we draw Tortured Existence, I'd feel a little better about it. But not having Tortured Existence, I don't feel super duper great about it. I guess we could Urborg Repossession, pick up Kitchen Imp. That's only going to be 6 damage. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, I'm not even going to bother. Let's go to game 2. Yeah, Crip Rats can come in. Honestly, like I kind of like Spore Frog here. Because if they build an army, Spore Frog can just blanket on repeat forever. I do kind of like... I'm really going to bring in 2, though. Macabre, I didn't... There's an argument, I guess, to stop like some of the reoccurring nonsense. But I'm probably only going to bring 1 in. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go down a Soul Tender, 2 Wayfinders. I honestly might go down a Gurmag Angler. I don't know how good Gurmag Angler is going to be here. I don't think it's going to be bad either. Leave Gurmag in for now, unless we can't find something else for him. Could just go down the other Soul Tender too. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I wish we could have got our engine online a little bit quicker, but... Nope, mulligan. I'm going to keep. It's not horrendous. It's not like the most exciting hand. But I'm going to keep, and I'm going to bottom... Honestly, probably Kitchen Imp here. I guess I could bottom the other land. Bottom the other tap land. Hope we kind of draw another land. I guess there's probably a stronger argument for leading with Witherbloom Campus. So we have a more like edge, slightly, you know, mathematician edge of drawing another land where we didn't thin out our deck a little bit, but Cabaret Courtyard gets them probably a 4. I don't know, one of their Naya colors, I'm sure. Not a good draw. Throw down Tortured Existence and pass. I mean, we are in a position where we could just activate Fairy Macabre. Fairy Macabre, get rid of a couple cards in their graveyard to just turn on our engine, which is honestly an option. But yeah, it's not the best option, but it is an option. Like, we could start dredging next turn. I think it's a good enough option to actually consider it, though. Goblin Archermancer. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it. They're going to be like, why? They'll be like, oh. I don't know. Our problem is we don't have very many lands. So this is kind of risky business to do this way. But the idea is hopefully we get to a point to where we can build not Gurmag Angler. We don't need a ton of lands. We want more lands than we have, but we don't need a ton of them. But I also feel like that we probably shouldn't have done that. We probably should have just drawn this thing. Okay. Create a 7/1 after a while. We'll probably just take the draw here and then just Kitchen Imp. Picking up, like, I don't know, Spore Frog or something. No, let's just take the draw. Nice. Yep, we're gonna Spore Frog. Actually, for Tri-Belter, I think. I don't see a reason not to attack. Probably just play Tri-Belter next turn. We're gonna start dredging. Pick up Brown Scale, and then start the Tri-Belter loop. Is what our plan's gonna be here. More than likely, that's what our plan's gonna be here. Card's annoying. I really hate ephemerate, like, effects and stuff. Not a fan. Yep. Not really that concerned. We're going to mainly try to kill you in the air. Dredge. Healed. Another Kitchen Imp in the grave. That's pretty good. Throw down Tri-Belter. Back you for another Kitchen Imp. We're going to take a lot from this 7/1 Golem. That's fine. I don't think you can... You can't, so that's fine. Sure. I guess it's not a golem, it's an elemental, but sure. Whatever. Gonna block the Archermancer. No? Not getting in with the Archermancer, sure, I'm just gonna take the 7. Sure. Fine. Back to Tri-Belter, pick up the swamp. Ditch Brown Scale, pick up the Tri-Belter. Upkeep. Pick up Brown Scale, gain a couple life. Crypt Rats is interesting, but it's not that exciting. A good note is we can Fairy Macabre away whatever goes in the graveyard. I'm just going to pick up Kitchen Imp here, ditching Probably Stinky. The Stinky Boy. And then play Tri-Boater. Back them for 2 in the air. Are you playing non-matching Tron lands? I think they are. We could pick up Crip Rats. I don't know. I'm not that like enthralled right now with Crip Rats. There's Tower. Yeah, Crip Rats isn't that exciting to me currently. So loop a brown scale here. Gain a couple life. Gain a couple life. Oh, I was gonna dredge Stinkweed Imp. Whoops. And I didn't sack for Sucker Tri-Boater either. Oh well. Let's just pick up Spore Frog. Play the other Kitchen Imp. Start attacking them for 4 in the air. We can just loot brown scale. Fine with 1, 5. Could just play Gurmag Angler. I guess we don't even have to do that. Well, all right, let's throw in, since we over tapped our mana, pick up Crip Rats. We over tapped our mana, my bad. Not yield through turn, and I actually used Sakura Tri-Boater like we originally wanted to last turn. I think that's what I did. I think I just yielded through turn. All right. Grab a Swampy Boy. All right. Upkeep. Yep, let's just pick up Stinkweed Imp. Ooh, that was a lot. Gonna attack with everything here. Keep the pressure on them. My guess is they might. I don't know if they'll Angelic Renew or not. Sure. If they do, I'll probably just Fairy Macabre. Um. Not getting it back. Don't know if I did that right. Probably not. We'll find out, won't we? I doubt it. I think I've screwed that up. I think I needed to wait for it to be on the stack selecting a creature. I think they can just say no now. Okay. Yep, I screwed that up. That's all right. Pick back up Fairy Macabre. Pick up 1, 2. Pick up Withering Necromass. Or Brown Scale. Play Necromass. And pick up Necromass. Card Spore Frog. Guess I could have discarded it or Crypt Rats. Play Necromass. Alright. Pretty good board. We might be able to eke away game 2. Might be able to eke away game 2 here from them. That would be pretty awesome, actually. That's a card. That is a big boy. What is that? I found. Oh, okay. I don't know what the clash means. Sure. Get death touch. Sure. Put on bottom because we're gonna dredge here, so doesn't matter that much. That's a big boy, but we're gonna just fly overhead, so it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, let's just Stinkweed Imp. There's the other Kitchen Imp. Kitchen Imp is a really good card, especially in this deck. Pick up Brown Scale, gain a couple life. We have 6 in the air. They can block everything on the ground, so there's no reason to attack with anything on the ground. We also have Death Touch on the ground, so that will kind of put the 7/7 in check a little bit. We also have Fairy Macabre. Discard for the Angelic Renewal if we do it right this time. So let's just hope they can't gain like 30 life this turn. They're in no position to attack though, so I highly doubt they'll attack even with Hellstorm Colossus. I mean, they're just going to Ephemerate it anyway. I think we all just learned a lesson here. At least I learned a lesson. Ephemerate doesn't recast Cascade because Cascade is a cast effect, not an ETB effect, not an enter the battlefield effect. Haha. Your Ephemerate means nothing here. Sweet. Take that, Ephemerate. Stupid card. That's kind of funny. Alright, going to game 3. Honestly, I kind of want the other Fairy Macabre in the deck. Don't know what I would take out. I kind of like what we got going on. I think I'm going to take out, go down one more Spore Frog, bring in the other Fairy Macabre, and then there's a strong argument for Tamio's safekeeping. They're definitely going to be in the realm of attacking Tortured Existence more than attacking our graveyard, I feel like. I feel like that's more of being in Naya what they're going to be about. Could be wrong, though. I think we're fine. I think I'm just going to run it like this. We have the repossessions, I suppose, if they blow it up. Famous last words, right? But I think we'll be okay. On opponent. Oh no, I spilled coffee on my shirt. One of those hands that could be better if one of those hands is like if Commune of the Gods hits something, this is a pretty okay hand. If Communes doesn't hit anything, kind of screw. Probably not the best keep. We do have Withering Necromass, so maybe we just hit a handful of creatures with Commune of the Gods and turbo out a Necromass, which would be cool for us. Don't know. They're not leaving on a River Tears outlook, which is interesting. Natural top deck Tortured. Not a bad top deck, though. Especially if we end up finding a Tortured Existence soon. Probably was a mulligan-worthy hand, but we kept it. Risk it for the biscuit, right? We're just going to Commune the Gods next turn. Hope we find a Tortured Existence. Angelic Renewal. Hey, that's pretty good. I think we'd still just Commune here. It wouldn't hurt to find a backup. Found a backup. We have cards we can start putting in the graveyard to hopefully, you know, fill in the graveyard a little bit. Not doing a whole lot quite yet, but they're also a deck that once they start going, they seem pretty quick. So yeah, let's run out Tortured Existence and just pass here, and then upkeep. I mean, well, we can do a lot actually in these like next couple draws here, not draws, but like through their turn, we can like start doing stuff. Get Stinkweed Imp into the graveyard. Get our like Soccer Tribe Elder to start getting lands and stuff. Not doing anything this turn, which is kind of scary. Satyr Wayfinder, no, not Satyr Wayfinder. Soccer Tribe Elder. Throw in Stinkweed Imp. Upkeep. We do anything. I think we just dredge Stinkweed Imp here. Play the Overlook. Grab another Swamp. If we play Soccer Tribe Elder, we can only pick up Fairy Macabre. How many we got for Necromass? 5. So we're not quite the Necromass anyway. So let's just play the Soccer Tribe Elder. We want to keep Necromass. Not Necromass. We want to keep Fairy Macabre as kind of a gotcha card because we can discard it on its own without Tortured Existence. Actually, you have to discard it on its own to activate its effect. So the idea is, like, hopefully we'll... That's annoying. Second Angelic Renewal. Kind of... We can double Macabre, I guess. I am going to pick up Macabre here just to utilize our mana base a little bit better. Get Stinkweed Imp into the graveyard, and then also sacrifice Soccer Tribe Elder to ramp our deck a little bit. And upkeep. Dredge the stinkiest boys. Alright, we have a ton of stuff now. So, now I'm not too concerned with... I'm not too concerned with them having, like... Fairy Macabre. I mean, we have Fairy Macabre. I'm just going to throw down the Necromass here, and then probably that's it. Because I want to be able to Fairy Macabre and then pick up Fairy Macabre to do it twice. In case they have something crazy that flicks the battle. You know what I mean? Like some kind of crazy flick effect or something. I can just negate both of these Angelic Renewals. Really hoping they don't have Tron here. And then a payoff for Tron. We do have Necromass, though. It is Death Touch, so it's something. If I have a ruling questions, is there MTGO, a chat, or something where I can ask a judge? I don't think so. Let's or question. Magic Online is all the rules of Magic Online is in here. So there's nothing like there's not other than not knowing something. There's nothing to really like question. Like you can't make an illegal play on Magic Online. Ephemerate and Cascade creature. Like on the last game, Cascade is a trigger on the cast, not enter the battle. So because Ephemerate clicks creature and not recast it, it doesn't trigger Cascade. So our opponent was asking why the Cascade didn't work last time with Ephemerate, and I'm just letting them know that Cascade is a trigger on the cast, not enter the battlefield, so no problem. I said thank you. So yeah, so anybody playing something, you cannot trigger Cascade again off of is there anything worth? We have the mana to do it this turn. I'm just going to do it. So yeah, you can't trigger Cascade again off of Ephemerate, which was something I just learned right now, but it makes 100% sense to me once I was like, oh yeah, Cascade's a cast trigger, not an enter the battlefield trigger. So. But it's something I just learned today too. So, you know, Magic is a game of learning. Do I not have another? I have another Necromass though that we're probably going to pick up. Probably going to pick up Necromass and the Gurmag. Honestly. Do you have a fog effect? 30. No. Who won? Who wins that? I won. So they don't get Death Touch. Put on bottom. Right? They just become 1/1s without Death Touch. That's fine. They can't use this here, so I'm not worried about it. All right, so let's just run out the other Necromass. Pick up the other Necromass. Throw down Stinkweed Imp. Now there's an argument. We're in the same spot as last time, where it's like, do we just hold up to do double Macabre to negate the Angelic Renewal? And I still think we do. Just out of fear of what they could have. We have a good board presence. Necromass is not a creature to just, like, you know, flick away. Like, it is a really powerful creature. Our opponent's not really doing a whole lot. Our opponent's deck is interesting, though. Give him that. I could have recycled Brown Scale a couple times there, which I'm going to start dredging Brown Scale just to gain life. And the fact is we have, other than the other kitchen imps, we have pretty much everything in our hand of what we could want anyway. So I don't really feel like it's super necessary to, like, run out all this stuff. Because we're just going to start stacking on the 5/5s here. Pick up Gurmag. Itch Brown Scale. Gurmag. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. For 1. Honestly, I think we're fine just throwing in Necromass here. Let's just build up the board so it's, like, really hard for them to win. That's it, baby. We're heading into the last game. I'm doing 3 games today. Just because TOREX is such a long deck to play. I will say this, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, maybe consider subscribing. Liking the video goes a long way as well, so if you haven't liked the video yet, I would super appreciate it. This is a mulligan. Also, I do have channel tiers. Now, ooh, this hand. One of those hands, like if we get a TOREX, it's pretty good. I'm going to keep and bottom probably the basic forest. I do have some channel tiers, memberships, I mean, on my channel. That would help out too. If you want to check those out. I'm probably going to be changing some of these tiers up. But right now they are there. I will say the $24.99 one, which is kind of pricey, but it is a pay for a Pauper League with a deck of your choice. That tier will stay. It's the $1 and $5 tiers I'm probably going to change around and do something different with. But those are options. So if you want to see me play a deck of your choice through a league, that be the option. Oberg Repossession was not a bad draw here. We are against Faeries, which is worth noting. Faeries can be super annoying. Would love to find... Nope, no TOREX. I'm just going to grab the Tri-Belter here. I'm going to say probably next turn we're just going to throw in Imp. But we're not having a very good hand, a very good start against Faeries. Yeah, so those are things, like I said, I'm planning on changing up my tiers, my membership tiers at some point. Probably this coming week. Probably going to change them up. Yeah, so those are other ways also to support the channel. You know, if you want. Just watching and liking the video does a lot, though, on its own merit. Oh, come on. Hoping that would be a hoping that'd be TOREX. 100% Soccer Tri-Belter gets countered, right? Great too. This is not going to be a good game 1. We don't have a good hand set up for fight against Faeries here. Currently, that is. Currently, we don't have a good setup for it. Mountain? Is it Faeries? I don't know. Is it? Well, let's attempt to run out Stinkweed Imp here. I don't think Faeries has a lot of good graveyard hate, though. There's that to maybe, hopefully, bank on. You get countered too. Really? Another Spellsetter Sprite? Gear Q. It is for 3. Sure. Like, why isn't... We have... Don't think I want to Dredge. I do. I do. Did it. Crap. Crap. Think we didn't? Think he went down. All right. We're hopefully going to be able to play around kind of counterspell. Kind of just getting picked apart here. I mean, it's not unlikely we can't turn this around, but we have to get a TOREX onto the field. That's the part that feels unlikely, is actually snagging a TOREX. Ninja the Deep, yep. They definitely have something like Scred in their deck. Wish we had 6 mana here. All right, let's see what this does. Is it countered? 100%, right? We'll go Tri-Belter here. Tri-Belter gets countered, though. Other spell stutter? Come on. Come on. I mean, we get some sideboard tech that I think will help. I get another ninja. We're definitely not in a good spot here, though. Matter of fact, I don't think we're even in a win spot right now. Let's go to game 2. Like, I legitimately don't think we're even in a spot. Crip Rats, 100%. Scattershot Archer, 100%. I don't think I really care about anything else here. We can go down an Eerie Soul Tender, and we'll go down 2 Satyr Wayfinders. Run it back. Those are definitely our best cards. Without a doubt. All right. Let's attempt to try this again. Yes, I would like to go first. Better hand. Not bad. I wish one of these guys was a soccer tri-builder. But I think I'm going to keep. The important part is we can lead on Tortured Existence before they have a chance to counter anything. So throw down Tortured Existence and pass. Covered Islands. Very Seer. Untapped land is not super impressive right now. I'd much prefer something that was like a soccer tri-builder. I mean, a forest too. Not the best untapped land for us to draw. Although we could just hardcast Brown Scale next turn, which is a way if they even if they counter it, can start to put out creatures. But also, it's going to be a great blocker for this ninja. Or at least it should be until they just, Echoing Truth. I don't know if they would keep in their deck. I don't know. Another Kitchen Imp is actually kind of exciting. We can get to a point to where we can actually cast them. You know? We can actually, cast them. It'd be a lot more exciting. Kitchen Imp will block a lot of their stuff very well. Although I guess they could just Lightning Bolt. Either, yeah, or Scred. Either way, we get our engine on. Also, they can't Spell Stutter Sprite Kitchen Imp because of it being a big boy. Big, I suppose. We are going to Dredge. Hope we hit another creature. We did hit another creature, so that's good. Always yield. So, I only cast one Kitchen Imp anyway. I'm going to try to Brown Scale here. They really just have a hard counter? They do. So they could have just hard countered the Kitchen Imp anyway. Not going super well for us. I mean, they're just going to get to, have all the resources because this ninja's going unchecked for quite a while, apparently. looks annoying. Brainstorm for something. Guarantee they find it. It must always do. Called it. Called it. They paid for their premium this month. I did not. Just for 3, sure. They're gonna hit us with Relic, I'm sure. I don't know if they're gonna exile Relic or not. There it goes. Alright, sure. Now we're in trouble because we don't have a 4th land. We really need a 4th land. Let me go to the top. Cool. That's not good. Boy, that's not good. Another brown scale is fun, though. I'm sure they just counter it, but... And I'm done. 2-1. That's what we went today. I still don't think there's much change to make this deck. There's an argument for maybe trying out the Surveil land, which is all right. But I like what we got going on here. You know what I mean? This is just like one of my favorite decks. We just probably didn't play very well, nor did we like run very well against Faeries. But it is what it is. 2-1 though. We dug ourselves out of that first game against Affinity. I'm pretty happy about. Rallied back for it. But yeah. Still one of my favorite decks ever to play. This is one of those decks that if you're going to play it, you're going to sit down and play it for a while. I mean, we got through 3 games in almost 2 hours. It's just how long this deck takes to run through. But for Magic the Gathering, I want to start streaming Magic again at least once a week. I put up a poll on YouTube. A lot of you all seem to want to have it on Saturday mornings. I know it wasn't Saturday morning this morning. We had stuff to do this morning, but I'm going to do it on Saturdays, I think, is what I'm going to do. Rather if it's in the morning or not, just kind of depends on what's going on in life. Probably not going to be every Saturday either, just because of life. So it could be on a Friday, it could be on a Sunday, it could be on a Monday, it could be thrown up on a Tuesday. So it's hard to tell when it's going to be streamed, but I do want to do it once a week and get back into, especially Pauper. I do want to play some more Modern again, but I just want to play Dredge more than anything. So, but I also would like to get 8-rack finished out in Modern, and there's also a Pauper 8-rack. This is an old version. I'd have to look to see on the groups what is currently being ran, but I do want to do Pioneer at some point. And I mainly just want to do, like, if I do Modern and Pioneer, I'm going to stick with just a couple decks. And that is when I have money to make them, which is not going to be anytime soon. So, going to be mainly in Pauper. But, yeah, so, again, thanks for hanging out. Liking, subscribing goes a long way in helping the channel out. Also, if you want to check out the memberships that I have available, they're there as well. And I should be streaming maybe tomorrow some Cyberpunk. I want to get back into Cyberpunk. I got to finish up Cyberpunk. That's for the gaming backlog challenge. And then I also want to finish up Pokemon Shining Pearl. And I also want to finish up Uncharted 4 and also finish up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. So it's a matter of just finding time to actually just sit down and stream and stuff. I've been really busy, especially on the other channel. There'll be a link in the description down below. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. And you know what I might do too before I go? I might actually just grab 4 decks and then have you guys vote on what you want me to stream next. Unless somebody wants to do the membership tier where they send me a list to run through a league. Otherwise, I will probably just pull this up. Also, do note that that membership is only for Pauper. It's not for Modern or Pioneer. It's only for Pauper. So if you're interested in that, on the membership tab, it should give you more information there. But I think what I'm going to do is, like, if I'm not doing like a membership league or whatever, I will put up like 4 decks that I feel like playing and have you guys vote on them. So look out for that. Have a great weekend. Catch y'all later. Peace.